So we meet again. Welcome to the second devlog. The amount of effort that I put into that video really showed, in my opinion, with my friends highly praising it as well. So I just figured that I might as well finish making all of the game along with these devlogs. It would be so fun to just look at this again to see how much I've improved in game development and video making. So now, without further ado, let's get into the video. Starting day 4, today very late. There was a big problem that I found that I wanted to fix straight away. And it is about the skill that I mentioned last video. Whenever I used it, it would set my walk speed all the way to 0 at the end. Instead of my intended way, to turn my walk speed back to what I set it to before I used it. It really just made it less fun for me to use the skill at such a sharp turn. Just a way to turn it up again, so I wanted it gone as soon as possible. This is the code for the script that I am using for the skill. So for the problem, I thought of saving the walk speed before it is changed in the script. I named the variable previous speed to remind myself its reason and what it does. Then after the pause, the speed is put back into the player. And that should do it. Now let's check if that solves the problem. Look at that. The problem is fixed. It feels so much better to move around and go at high speeds now. I found another thing later as I was going around. I don't think it is that much of a problem. But it is more of something that I would like if it was removed. You can see here that my character still went on a bit, even after stopping. Instead, I want the character to stop completely and to not have any movement to carry with it. So I decided to anchor the character's head instead, since it is a part of its body. But thinking about it now, it really makes me wonder why I decided to do that, since that would make no sense. So I ran the game to see if it did anything. But nothing changed. At this point, I stopped for the day as it was getting late and needed to begin making this video. This day definitely did not reach my expectations. But I guess that is what happens to me for starting at 7 PM and procrastinating for an insane amount of time. I really want to do more in these future days to see real progress in this game. So that is exactly what I did. Starting day 5 way earlier than yesterday, I decided to check for any other ways to fix the problem. anchoring other parts of the character to see any results. But nothing changed. So I decided to focus on something else. After playing for a bit longer, I decided of adding another skill today. I'm planning it to be some kind of emergency brakes for dangerous situations. So I began writing the code for the new skill. I learned how to script a few months ago from watching the Devlog's tutorials, and they really helped. He went in depth about everything he talked about. To the skill, I wrote here that if I pressed J on my keyboard, the script would run and the skill would be activated. So I made it so if J is pressed, the character's warp speed will keep on getting halved until it reaches 0. After a bit more trial and error, I ran the game again. And it worked. However, see how long it took for the skill to end? My warp speed into the millions, which takes a long amount of time before you can continue running again. So I want the decimal to be removed, so the player can continue running again earlier. It removed the essence of the game for me, so I began fixing it. And after a lot more trial and error, I improved on the code, and I am really proud of it. I ran the game again and look how fast it reaches 0 now. It is a small change, but I think it has a big impact on the game. But now it's giving me the feeling that the first skill had, that I had to turn my speed up again to continue. So I decided to change it again. I changed the code so that when the character's walk speed reaches 20, the script ends. So now the skill ends at a reasonable speed, to be able to continue without losing your flow. And now there are 2 skills in the game. I plan on adding more to make the game more interesting, like thinking of a strategy in the middle of a battle. I tweaked the game a bit more after this, and I have to say, I am way happier of what I have done today than yesterday. From a work perspective, it is just a new game mechanic. But gameplay-wise, I think this will give everyone more thought into what they should use and when to use it. And that is what I have done in days 4 to 5. These 2 days have showed me actually how unproductive I was before this devlog. I learnt a lot very fast, but I barely used it for anything. So hopefully doing multiple tasks such as making this game and doing devlogs at the same time increases my work ethic. This is all I have done up to this point, and trust me, I do not intend on stopping. But I am going to end this video here. Hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.